Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team. This episode number 15. In the previous episode, defense clutched up and got us a win. And now in this episode, this was the game of bad reads. I was making some very bad reads. This guy was as well. So if you see those constantly throughout, well, I mean, is it really anything new, man? I mean, honestly, I throw some bad reads a lot. But I mean, this game, it felt like it was one of those games where you just throw the ball and you instantly regret it. Just one of those. I believe this is one of the first games I played since I got Drew Brees, so maybe I was just a little bit like trying to get used to him still, not having any speed really at all, so I had to like make the read, and instead of just eating the sack or throwing it away or trying to throw it away, I would just throw it instead and just try to get rid of it. So that was kind of where a lot of my bad reads came from, and I'll get better. I promise I'll get better. But moving on, I want to talk about the Seahawks for a second. Got to put my 2 cents in on my team, man. Hell yes. Running the ball 32 times in a game. That is what Seahawks fans have been waiting to see ever since Marshawn Lynch left. I mean, come on, man. Finally. Chris Carson killed it. I know he didn't average 4 yards or whatever the hell the actual average is. He averaged like 3 point something, but, dude, the Cowboys stacked the fuck out of the box. There was only one thing they were trying to do late in the game, and that was stop Chris Carson. And it was ridiculous. I mean, they were blitzing like crazy to stop that man. He would push forward every play. Chris Carson, I really like him. I like him a lot. I know I said it in one of my previous episodes, like, hey, they need to realize he's good and give him the balls. Right here, Jerry Rice, he's pretty good too, as he takes a post route to the end zone, man. That was a hell of a play. He just sent mid-blitz multiple times, and I just chucked it to Jerry Rice. He made a nice catch, got past the defender, and took it to the house. But Chris Carson, been waiting for him to get the ball, 20-plus times, and he gets it 30-plus times. Did not think that would happen. Rashad Penny came in the game and fumbled before he even got the ball. Rashad Penny looks like a wasted pick to me so far. They haven't really used him at all. I mean, the only reason that they have him, I honestly think that they thought that Chris Carson was going to get hurt. Like, Chris Carson at one point in the game looked like he got the wind knocked out of him or something, and they were probably like on the sideline like, get Penny in, he's ready, our first-round pick, our first-round backup, let's go. But I honestly think they may have wasted a pick with Penny. I liked it at first, but it doesn't seem like they're running a 2-back offense at all. Seems like they're running Chris Carson as your main back, so Penny, I don't know. We'll see as the year goes on, and I just want to say this because I think it's kind of funny. My dad's in a fantasy league where you like keep your teams. It's a keeper league, so you keep your teams, and next year you draft rookies and stuff. I told my dad to draft Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, if you don't know, yesterday had over 140 yards and 3 touchdowns. My dad drafted Rashad Penny with the number 2 pick in that draft. I had to make fun of him, man. I had to. I told him to pick Calvin Ridley. I said Rashad Penny was not the move. And Calvin Ridley, that dude's a beast. I wanted him to be a Seahawk. That's who I wanted them to pick. I wanted them to get Calvin Ridley or Derwin James. They got neither. They got Penny. Hopefully Penny proves me wrong. But right now, Chris Carson, I love him as a Seahawks running back. So now, moving on in this game, man. Moving on past my Seahawks love, past my I don't know. I talk too much about the Seahawks whenever I end up talking about them. But anyway, we were up 7-0. Now we're up 7-3. He ends up getting a field goal. He should have probably thrown a pick on a couple of those plays, but you know what? That's the way it is. He was 1 for 5 for 40-plus yards, I believe, 47 yards. He really did not do much in this game on offense. Is right there, Chris Carson, ironically dropping a pass out the backfield. I think Carson only had 1 catch yesterday. It was wide open, though. But in the game, I think he only has like 60 catch, so he didn't really do much for us. But we still have 82 Chris Carson kind of as our starter right now, just because I don't run the ball that much. You guys know that. And my O-line does not seem to want to run block. That's Steve Hutchinson, my best O-lineman at 86 overall, just getting owned twice in a row, man. It does not seem like my O-line blocks for the run very well, like at all. It seems like pass block is what I need, and that's just what they do best. So, I mean, I think I may have made 1 upgrade. I don't know if I actually, I don't think I did. If I did, I'm pretty sure it was on the O-line, and it was just a small upgrade. I think it may have been at left tackle. If he's not there this game, then he's there next game. Actually, no, he's there right now. Joe Staley was replaced with David Bakhtiari. I picked him up for $40K. I believe he's 60 now, so I made little coins on that. But Chris Carson, he ended up he ended up having everybody get pancaked on his defense, and I still ran into my lineman and fell down. That always happens to me. If I ever have one of those plays where the guy just sends everybody in coverage and everything like that, and they get pancaked, I get tackled by my own guy. Can never make it to the end zone on those. But right there, we tried to go to the end zone to Jimmy Graham, gets picked up by Sean Taylor. He's back out to the 8-yard line. Michael Vick in the pocket, getting sacked by Jadeveon Clowney. I ended up just blitzing him right at the end when I realized he had nobody blocking him right. Like, he had nobody right ahead of him. I don't know why he didn't run. He has Mike fucking Vick, but he didn't. Jadeveon Clowney trying to get the hit stick. Unfortunately, we cannot. So we throw the pick. Just to kind of go back to that, I did throw the pick. I tried to go to the high point to Jimmy Graham in the back of the end zone. bad read. You know, like I said at the beginning of this episode, just bad reads, man. I found that. That was my one read. I found Jimmy Graham, and that was just, I had my eyes locked on him. That was it, you know. That's what happens in Madden, man. You make one read, or you try to pay attention to one guy, and you lock your read in, and you throw a pick. That's just the way it is, man. But 7-3, this dude, Mike Vick, of course, dropping back in the pocket, looking deep, intercepted by Sean Taylor, man. That's a timely interception with 22 seconds left in the first half, because if he was able to get in field goal range and kick it, we're only going up by 1 point going into half, and I do not have a ton of confidence in our offense in this game. We do get the ball back at half, but, I mean, come on. Right there, Doug Baldwin. I thought I was going to be able to throw it over him, but of course the pass trajectory in Madden is very funky. But Doug Baldwin makes the catch right there. Same play. I think I ran the same play 3 times in a row. He ran the same defense 3 times in a row. He had zones not doing anything, and we hit Doug Baldwin. We're able to get out of bounds at the 25 with 1 second left. And of course, Sebastian Janikowski is going to nail that, because I invested $30K into Seabass for him to do those things, for me to be able to get into, like, you know, well, it wasn't edge of field goal range. It was only the 25. I think the edge of field goal range for Seabass and Madden is the 35. So he can kick like 50, 52 yarders. So, I mean, we'll take him, man. We go up 10-3 instead of being up 7-6 instead. That's a big difference, man. Jimmy Graham ends up getting a very, very nice play and catch, or play and run, I should say, or catch and run. What the hell's wrong with me, man? I cannot talk. Fucking A. Jimmy Graham, that dude, he doesn't do much on our team. I know I've said it before, you know, he's the tight end. I put him in on the high point, so he does score touchdowns, but overall, man, we don't use him that much. But when he gets the ball and, you know, he's able to run through people like that, it's a welcome sight, because he does fumble a decent bit. So that was good. Right here, Tavon Austin, man, 66 break tackle. It does not matter. The dude does, I don't even understand that card. He plays so good for being a 77 overall, with horrible carrying, has not fumbled yet, and just horrible break tackle, and he breaks tackles all the time. Right here, 1st and 10, looking in the back of the end zone, I see circle, and instead, I throw it away. I didn't see that until after I threw it away, and I saw Antonio Brown in the back of the end zone, but for some reason I threw it away. I don't know why I did. I had time. I could have stopped right in the pocket where I ran to, and instead I throw it away, and on 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, whatever, we end up throwing it away a couple times. But then we hit Jimmy Graham. Of course, we go Jimmy Graham on the high point, and he catches it. Good stuff. We didn't wait for him to get to the back of the end zone on that when he was running cover 3, and it looked like he was playing out, didn't want to get beat by the out routes, and the inside was wide open, and Jimmy Graham, that was just easy money. He didn't even have to high point it. I mean, I think I did, but I didn't need to. So 17-3, Tyreek Hill taking it out on the kickoff, not really getting much. Seems like kickoffs I've been getting a lot better at covering, even though, you know, most of the time they do end up getting past the 25-yard line. As long as I'm not giving up touchdowns, I'm fine. And right there, what do I even say about that, man? I mean, for real. I try to swat the ball away instead of going for the pick. That's kind of been my problem, is I try to go for picks with my secondary, and I should go for the swat. And right there I go for the swat, and he catches it. I mean, there's really not much else I could say to that. 3rd and 17, though. We end up stopping him pretty quickly. We're getting him in a 3rd and long, obviously, very quickly. 3rd and 17, though, he runs. I don't know why he ran. He ran for a couple yards with Mike Vick. He should have at least tried to go to the end zone, or maybe throw it away. Well, I mean, I say throw it away. I guess it's good that he got those couple yards. But, I mean, 4th and 14, he decides to go for it. And it was death. It was a horrible, horrible throw by Mike Vick. So we get back on the ball. 2nd and 16. At the end of the 3rd quarter, Jerry Rice makes that catch. I think I just started relying on my receivers catching those, like, just one-on-one, man-to-man plays whenever somebody blitzes me. Seems like it's been working out a decent bit. I mean, I know I did say that my reads were questionable in this game and they were not very good, and that is true, but plays like this, like, I'm just starting to throw the ball when it's man-to-man like that, because I actually have an accurate quarterback now. I mean, we've only had Drew Brees for a couple episodes, so, I mean, I'm still getting used to him, but Drew Brees has been money. Chris Carson, though, that's ironic. He did fumble in this game of all games. I mean, I just praised him in real life at the beginning of this game, and, you know, he ends up fumbling for us in a key situation, but I'm not too mad at it. We are up by 2 scores, and we've been stopping this guy all game, and we continue to do it, man. We just put a spy on with Joey Bosa. He had no way, or I think his offense was oriented around rolling out and Mike Vick. I mean, that was really it, just rolling out with Mike Vick and trying to make plays happen. Instead, every time he tried to roll out, I would just send Joey Bosa. I would just send him every single time, and he just had no answer for it, man. He did not know what to do. He kept running 4 verts, just straight-up streaks, and Myles Garrett has his 3rd sack of the day. That was the main thing. My D-line was just getting there, man. That was awesome. My D-line, you know, they're solid. I mean, they're not great, but they're solid. I mean, I have 86, 86, 87, then 83 on the left end, I believe. Or no, right end with Myles Garrett. Right there, what do I say? That was a horrible, horrible read. Let's just move past it. I don't know what I was doing. It was one of those plays where I saw Jimmy Graham and I thought that he was going to be able to run to the edge of the end zone, but instead he kind of just stopped. And it was a bad read all around, I mean, no matter what. But, I mean, it could have been a lot better if I would have just not thrown it or waited maybe a little bit longer and, like, playmakered him to the side. I don't know, man. No matter what, we end up throwing the pick. So 17-3, this dude all of a sudden is able to start throwing the ball. I mean, I don't know what happened. He was running the same play. And I really did not change my defense at all. It was my users that were off. He all of a sudden started reading my user and had some confidence in throws because at this point, what does he have to lose? Tyreek Hill is easily going to outrun Jadeveon Clowney. We forced the fumble, but already after he crossed the plane. So it is a touchdown, 17-10 with 57 seconds left. This is where this game just gets kind of weird. I mean, it doesn't really get weird here. It's just like throughout this whole game, right? I mean, this isn't one of those games that jumps out at you like some of my other ones where it's like, yo, this was crazy. You did not deserve to win this game, or the other guy did not deserve to win this game. It was pretty balanced all around, but it was reads like this that throughout the game just made it feel like one of those games. When I was playing this game for real, I mean, it was like reads like that. I was counting my blessings, man, at the end of this game because 17-10, we end up taking our knees. Now, this is not the end of the game. I mean, it's pretty much the end of the game, but not quite. So 17-10, 35 seconds left. He had a couple timeouts, 3rd and 13. We're able to take one more knee, right? And we bring it down to about no time left. Now, keep in mind, when I was playing this game, I was trying so hard to get this game over with. I'm like, can I just escape with a win? The only thing I had to do was not touch Tyreek Hill. That's the only thing I had to do, contain the punt, and we were good. Instead, I give him one more chance to chuck it up deep. Luckily, I do just run man up 3 deep, but I just thought that was funny, man. Like, I'm telling you, throughout this whole game, I was counting my blessings, man, and I throwing some passes that probably should have been picks, and at the end of the game, when I hit the kick returner, I mean, it was like, I almost fell backwards in my chair just from going like this. I was so done with myself. It was so retarded. 17-10 ends up being the final. We sneak out with a win. I say sneak out because, boy, there should have been a lot of picks, but this guy's offense really did not do much. The only thing he was able to do was at the very end of the game was able to get a drive going, but other than that, man, I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Obviously not the greatest gameplay in the world, but you know what? Still a dub, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I'm out. Peace.